Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. Family, on this video, we are covering the proceedings of the third day of the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial that is on the 12th of April 2022. In the beginning of these proceedings, Advocate Baloyi updates the court about the developments on the issues and requests that were made in court in the past 2 days. An opportunity for Advocate Mshololo to meet with her client, who is accused number 5 by the name Fizokuhle Ntuli, was created. The second issue was that accused number 3, who is represented by Advocate Tifo, was requesting that assessors, meaning court assessors, be appointed in this matter. Family assessors are usually retired magistrates or experts who are appointed in court to sit with the judge during the court case and listen to all the evidence presented to the court. At the end of the court, the assessors will give the judge their own opinion. So this is what accused number 3 is requesting. He says he is asking for the court to appoint assessors on this trial. And this is reported by Advocate Tifo to the court in their chambers. Family, the clip that we're going to listen now, it's when Advocate Baloyi, in the beginning of the court on the 12th of April 2022, was addressing the court, covering those 2 issues that I have already indicated to you.
My Lord, when we adjourned the last time, there were 2 preliminary issues that had to be attended to. The first issue relates to my learned friend, Advocate Mshololo, of accused number 5 being afforded the opportunity to consult with witnesses. I can place on record, my Lord, that we did arrange for her to consult with her client, accused number 5, the following day. The second issue, my Lord, that was raised in chambers was the issue of assessors. Accused number 3 intimated that he would like to request that the assessors be appointed in this matter. As far as the first preliminary issues concerned, my Lord, and subject to the confirmation by Advocate Mshololo, she has indicated that she is ready to proceed today. As far as the second issue is concerned, my Lord, regarding the appointment of assessors, we were requested to file submissions, which we have done so, my Lord. Perhaps if those 2 preliminary issues are first dealt with, we can then get the trial underway. So God pleases.
After Advocate Baloyi has introduced the 2 issues to the court, in the next clip, we see Advocate Mshololo being given an opportunity to confirm that she consulted with her client and that she is ready, or let me put it that they are ready. Advocate Mshololo and her client are ready to proceed. Family, let's listen to Advocate Mshololo.
Advocate Mshololo?
Yes, my Lord.
Yeah, the first preliminary issue has to do with an issue you had around consultation, which is why we postponed the matter until today for that to happen.
Oh, thank you, my Lord, for the indulgence of the court. My Lord, I was able to consult, my Lord.
Yes.
And we are ready to proceed as the court pleases, me.
In addressing the second issue of assessors, this is the request by accused number 3 who is represented by Advocate Defo. In addressing that issue, Judge Maumela presents to the court that Advocate Defo, when they were in their chambers, told them that accused number 3 requested that assessors be involved in this trial. Judge Maumela said when he asked Advocate Defo to give the reasons why they needed assessors to be engaged, Advocate Defo could not give the court their reasons. They are meaning Advocate Defo and accused number 3. All Advocate Defo said was that accused number 3 needs assessors to be involved in this trial. Judge Maumela said he was surprised why Advocate Defo allowed and presented that request to the court when, according to the law, in terms of this case and the High Court, the involvement of assessors is not necessary. A reasonable purpose is needed for the law to allow this case to use assessors. Judge Maumela said he even asked the 3 court officials, that is Advocate Baloyi, Advocate Defo, and Advocate Mshololo, for them to submit in writing, indicating how they feel and understand about the involvement of assessors. According to Judge Maumela could not understand why assessors in such a matter. And Judge Maumela was surprised why Defo presented this to them when Defo was supposed to dismiss it when accused number 3 was making this request. But anyway, judge gives the 3 of them to give their own opinion, make submissions in this matter. If they feel that it is okay for assessors to be used, they need to make submissions in writing, submit to the court, so that if their reasons are reasonable enough, then Judge Maumela will consider maybe submitting the application for that to his seniors. Let me put it in that way. So in conclusion, Judge Maumela said, even after all those discussions and even after the submissions by the 3 court officials, he did not find reasons enough to apply for that request, to send an application, submit an application to his seniors in terms of that request. So family, let's listen to Judge Maumela as he explains to the court his own understanding of how the use of assessors goes about in the different cases. He gives examples of cases where assessors are necessary, where assessors are relevant. So according to him, when it comes to such a case, Judge Maumela says, according to him, assessors are not necessary. So let's listen to him.
Regarding the issue of assessors, last week after we postponed, the parties, in the sense of the legal representatives of the parties, approached me in chambers, and Advocate Defo raised an issue. This issue stuck its head, in a sense, here in court, but most of us didn't get to learn what it is about. Advocate Defo requested to approach his client in the sense of accused number 3, and they spoke for a while. And when he was done, he indicated that we may proceed. It turned out later, when the parties approached me in chambers, that among others, one issue that was raised by accused number 3 was that he desires assessors to be involved in this trial. And I, in the presence of everyone, I immediately inquired from Advocate Tefo the reasons. In a sense, I needed him to motivate the requirement for assessors to be engaged. It appeared then in chambers that he was not armed with such reasons, further than just to say that accused number 3 has raised the issue. He prefers assessors to be involved in this trial, which was a bit surprising to me. Surprising in the sense that in our legal system, in as far as criminal law or criminal cases are concerned, there are two different ways in which assessors may be involved in trials. The first, which I'm not going to speak much about, is one that engages assessors at the level of the lower court, the magistrate's court, up to the level of the regional court, where in instances of serious crime being alleged against accused persons, it becomes peremptory for those courts to include assessors. I said I will not speak much about it because we are not at that level. But I will mention that at that level it becomes peremptory for those courts to employ services of assessors where accused persons appear before them who are facing allegations of serious crime. The second, which has to do with the High Court, which is where we are, is governed by Section 145 of the Criminal Procedure Act. And I think I'm indebted to the fact that when I required all parties, Advocate Baloi, Advocate Tefo, and Advocate Mshololo, to express in writing around that concept, I'm indebted to the fact that they all complied. I might mention that the involvement of assessors in the High Court is subject to the discretion of the presiding officer. And the involvement of assessors is not something that is done at the whim of everyone. I would almost even say that not even at the whim of the presiding officer. Certain aspects must be at play before assessors get involved. There should be a purpose behind the involvement of assessors, and around this point, all three, Advocate Baloi, Advocate Tefo, Advocate Mshololo, agree. So that when I requested all of them to write, maybe it is important to mention in specifically the input by Advocate Tefo, who indicated that he has become aware, much as his client, accused number 3, has become aware that this is one case where the involvement of assessors is not necessary. Because, like I said, there should be a purpose why we are involving assessors. Assessors must be here. Number one, they assist court with regard to questions of fact, which is what is reflected in under Section 145 of the Criminal Procedure Act, number 51 of 1977. In other words, assessors must be there in order to assist court with aspects that the court may not necessarily be au fait with. It might be a speciality, it might be a concept that the court is not very well versed with. I might give an example of cases involving ritual murder, where certain beliefs and certain practices, do feature. Cases involving maybe murder where allegations of witchcraft and belief in witchcraft are involved, where various anthropological questions pop up with regard to which a court might need broader assistance beyond the legal training that presiding officers are equipped with. Consequent to all inputs, and specifically consequent to the input by Advocate Tefo, it became necessary that it became apparent that the involvement of assessors in this case is not necessary. And therefore, that being the case, we need to proceed pronto with the proceedings in this case. I do not know if in placing this on record, there might be something that any of the three, Advocate Baloyi, Advocate Tefo, Advocate Nchololo, feel has to be added. So one would even say, even if Advocate Tefo had proceeded with the request, absent anything else that has not featured as yet from the submissions made and from what we see with regard to all documents available in this matter, the court would not have found its way through to go along with the involvement of assessors.
Family, after Judge Maumela has explained his side, his way of understanding when it comes to the use of assessors, after we have listened to him, in the comment section, let's talk about this. Do you think Advocate Tefo did this on purpose? Maybe it was his strategy to see if maybe Judge Maumela doesn't understand this, then Judge Maumela will apply for the assessors to come. And was it just taking chances by doing that? Or do you think maybe Advocate Tefo did not have knowledge about this? Because why, as an advocate, he was supposed to know. He should be knowing that assessors cannot be used in such a case. But he made a submission to the judge to say, my client, accused number 3, is requesting for the use of assessors in this case. What are we saying about this request by Advocate Tifo? Did he do this understanding, or did he do this? Maybe was this a mistake? Because at the end we see him withdrawing. We see him withdrawing from this request. Family, let's talk about it in the comment section. Let me hear from you. What are you saying about it? Family, let's meet in the comment section, and thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Please like it before you leave. Subscribe for my channel if you haven't done so yet, family. I love you and thank you. Bye.